So you've got bolognese sauce in the freezer, but if you serve pasta to your family one more time, there may be a mutiny. Answer, squash. Yes, we are gonna put pasta sauce in squash. They're gonna love it. Let's do this. This is a spaghetti squash, but don't let that confuse you. This is not a spaghetti bolognese, okay? Let's roast this squash. Start by removing its head and bottom. Just play with it a little bit. We'll get there. Okay. Great. Let's cut this puppy in half. Okay, this is where things often go wrong for me, and I get one half that's way bigger than the other, so take your time. Let's get that out, sprinkle it with a little bit of salt, bit of oil, and bake it on a parchment-lined roasting pan. That oven is at 400 degrees, and the squash is gonna take between 40 and 60 minutes. It really depends on the squash and the time of year. I know, who knew? And while that squash is roasting, I'm going to heat up some of this beautiful bolognese sauce. Now, this is one of my favorites to your future self, and I gotta tell you, having this in the freezer is just like having money in the bank. I'm going to warm it up and add a couple of little secret ingredients just to kind of oomph up this entire dish. Oh. I'm going to heat this up, and here's the secret ingredient, a little bit of white wine. There's already white wine in the bolognese from when it was doing its original simmering back when I did all these favors to my future self. But adding a little bit of white wine right now while I'm heating it up brings that wine flavor a little bit more forward, and it just makes this taste, well, different. And so if you had served this last night on rigatoni, you can serve it tonight and, well, people would still be excited for dinner. I know I would. Yes, that is the sound that I make when I'm waiting for my sauce to simmer. Okay, while this just simmers a little bit, let's get that squash out of the oven. Oh yeah. So look at that, beautiful caramelization there. But really what I'm looking for here is I want to make sure that the squash is tender. So I'll just poke it with a knife, and it shouldn't be mushy, but it should feel quite soft, and that's perfect. Looking nice, and I love getting that little bit of caramelization in there. There's so much flavor in there. And of course, it is the perfect bowl shape. All right, I'm gonna transfer these to a couple of serving bowls, and then we'll take it up to the next level. So the magical thing about spaghetti squash is that after it's roasted and you kind of scratch away at it, it actually looks like spaghetti noodles. If you've never seen this before, brace yourself, because this is totally awesome. I'm just gonna grab onto it. Remember, it's still really hot. And then I'm going right in here, and look at that. Beautiful spaghetti-ish noodles. There we are. And you just kind of peel it away from the skin. But of course, the bowl is the squash. The squash is the bowl. I know, well, it blew my mind first time I ever saw it. So I've got that nicely flaked up. I'll do the other one. This is really hot. This is so important. You absolutely have to heat up this bolognese sauce, especially with that little bit of wine in there. It's gotta be absolutely piping hot. Gorgeous, a little bit soupy almost. And that's kind of what we want when we're serving this in a squash bowl. All right. Ladle full of this, and I'm literally gonna put it right into the squash. usually serve bolognese with Parmesan, but again, to make this just a little bit different, I'm going to serve it with ricotta. A dollop of ricotta right on top of that warm bolognese is going to make it look a lot different from spaghetti bolognese. It's going to make it taste a lot different. And I'm always looking for reasons to use ricotta. I just think it's delicious. I'll put a beautiful little dollop of ricotta right on top. One for you, and one for you. Maybe a little bit of pepper. And that's it. I don't even really need the bowl, but you know, I'll serve it in a bowl. This is just a fantastic and fun way to use that bolognese sauce in a way that is not lasagna, that is not rigatoni, that is totally gluten-free, that is a lot lower calorie, a lot higher in fiber, but no less delicious. It is a squash bowl filled with bolognese, topped with ricotta. All right, this could be a bit messy to eat, but I'm still gonna eat it on camera. Okay, there we go. So I get a nice big fork full of the spaghetti squash, covered with that beautiful bolognese sauce, a little dollop of the ricotta, piping hot. Hope I don't burn my mouth. Things I do for the love of bolognese. If you want the full recipe, click the link in the description below. And you know you want this bolognese sauce, you've got to join the Favors to Your Future Self Masterclass so that you too can have liquid gold packed in Ziploc bags in your freezer. Life is complicated. Cooking shouldn't be. Happy cooking. I didn't mean to open my mouth like that. Life is complicated. Cooking shouldn't be. Happy cooking.